Hello, everyone. Welcome to Curioverse, the channel that takes you on a journey through the universe of curiosities. Today we are going to talk about the strangest creatures of the ocean, those amazing marine beings that live in the depths of the sea. Did you know that they have incredible adaptations and abilities that make them unique and fascinating? So stay tuned in this video and discover some of the weirdest wonders of the underwater world. The first creature we are going to meet is the anglerfish, possibly one of the world's ugliest creatures, and most famous for the bioluminescent growth on its head, which lures prey to its death at the lightless bottom of the ocean. There are more than 200 species of anglerfish, divided into 4 groups: goosefish, batfish, frogfish, and deep-sea angler. But did you know that some of them have a bizarre way of mating? The male anglerfish is much smaller than the female and has no light of its own. To find a mate, he uses his well-developed sense of smell and bites into the female's body, fusing with her flesh and blood vessels. He then loses his eyes, fins, and internal organs, becoming a permanent parasite that provides sperm to the female whenever she needs it. How creepy! The second creature is the northern stargazer, a fish that looks like it has a face on top of its head. It lives in shallow waters along the Atlantic coast of North America, where it buries itself in the sand with only its eyes and mouth exposed. It waits for unsuspecting prey to swim by and then ambushes them with a powerful suction. But did you know that it also has another trick up its sleeve? The northern stargazer can produce electric shocks from a special organ behind its eyes, which it uses to stun its prey or defend itself from predators. Talk about a shocking surprise! The third creature is the glass octopus, an elusive cephalopod that is almost completely transparent, with only its cylindrical eyes, optic nerve and digestive tract appearing opaque. It lives in deep waters around the world, where it feeds on crustaceans, jellyfish and small fish. But did you know that it is rarely seen by humans? In fact, it was only filmed alive for the first time in 2021 by researchers from the Schmidt Ocean Institute off the coast of the remote Phoenix Islands in the Pacific Ocean. They used a remotely operated vehicle to capture footage of this amazing animal, which has a web-like membrane connecting its 8 arms. The fourth creature is the leafy sea dragon, a fish that looks like a piece of seaweed but is actually a relative of the seahorse. It lives along the southern and western coast of Australia, where it blends in with the kelp and algae. It grows to around 20 to 24 centimeters long and feeds on plankton and small crustaceans. But did you know that it has no teeth or stomach? It sucks in its food through a long snout and digests it very quickly. And did you know that it is the male who carries the eggs? He has a special brood patch under his tail where he attaches up to 250 eggs until they hatch. The fifth creature is the whalefish, a bright orange fish that lives in deep waters around the world. It grows to about 40 centimeters long and has large eyes, a small mouth and no scales. But did you know that it has a very strange life cycle? The whalefish is actually the female stage of a fish called Cetamemmiforms, which undergoes extreme changes in appearance and sex throughout its life. The larvae are hermaphrodites, meaning they have both male and female organs. The male stage is called bignose fish, which has no eyes, no teeth and no digestive system. It lives only to find a mate using its large nose, which detects chemical signals from females. After mating, it dies and sinks to the bottom of the ocean. The female stage is called whalefish, which has a functional digestive system and can feed on small animals. It lives longer than the male and can produce eggs several times. The sixth creature is the Christmas tree worm, a worm that looks like a pair of colorful Christmas trees growing out of coral reefs. It lives in tropical waters around the world, where it bores a hole in the coral and stays there for life. It has 2 spiral plumes that protrude from its tube, which are used for feeding on microscopic plants and for respiration, allowing the worm to breathe. But did you know that it also has a very sensitive sense of touch? If it detects any movement or shadow nearby, it quickly retracts its plumes into its tube, hiding from potential predators or disturbances. The seventh and last creature is the blobfish, a fish that looks like a blob of gelatinous flesh with a sad face. It lives in deep waters off the coast of Australia and New Zealand, where it faces high pressure and low oxygen. It has no bones, no teeth and no muscles, and its body is slightly less dense than water, allowing it to float above the seafloor without expending much energy. It feeds on anything that floats by, such as crustaceans, worms and mollusks. But did you know that it doesn't look like that in its natural habitat? The blobfish only assumes its blobby appearance when it is brought to the surface, where the pressure is much lower and its body expands and loses its shape. In the deep sea, it looks more like a normal fish, with a smoother skin and a rounder head. So, did you like to know these curiosities about the strangest creatures of the ocean? Which one did you find the most weird and wonderful? Leave your comment below and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Curioverse channel so you don't miss any amazing content like this. See you next time.